Howdy, folks. Howdy. How's everyone today? I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And as always, I would like to thank you for joining in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Man, listen. Wild rains here in the Georgians, the city of the country of Georgia here, in the great state of Georgia. Wild rains last night almost took us up out of here, bro. It was crazy. Those of you who are just now tuning in for the first time, we cover biker news and events and stuff in the biker world. We'd like you to like, subscribe, and follow, and hit that notification bell so that you can get all of our content. Okay. Good morning, Black Dragon. Greetings from El Chuco, El Paso, Texas. Good morning. Greetings, everyone. You can support the channel with the super chat and the stars on Facebook if you want. Appreciate that. Look here. This is not one of those big news days, so I thought I would take the time to talk about something I've seen a lot of lately, and it's been kind of crazy. So I thought I would take some time to talk about a thing or two. Let's get that straight. That ain't looking right. Thought I'd take some time to talk about a thing or two, and maybe show you a couple of my famous TikToks for the week that we've been doing. So the subject I wanted to talk about today is, damn, y'all are some mean people. Y'all are mean, man. Somebody says biker wisdom too. You do more than just biker news. Yeah, I don't always know how wise I am because I am a cranky old biker, but a lot of people listen. That might be because they're cranky old bikers too. But you guys are mean, man. You're mean as heck. And I don't know why. I don't know why motorcycle clubs devolve to such horrible levels of meanery. And I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about that this morning. Why? And so if you wonder why you see the terrible fights between motorcycle clubs, like we saw an outlaw and a pagan killed in a battle together against one another, and some of their brothers shot and injured. if you wonder why we fight so hard amongst the clubs, boy, you should see what we do to ourselves inside the clubs. We are incredibly mean to one another. And I kind of often wonder, how can you be so mean to the people with whom you've shared so much? Listen, I've got guys that I've ridden across the country. We're at our best. Motorcycle club bikers, we're at our best when we are doing what motorcycle clubs do, on the road, riding, uh, fighting the elements together. No, in my day, I've slept in barns. Uh, I've slept under trees. I've been so cold I couldn't think straight. Frostbitten fingers and toes. With that guy next to me, like a brother. Uh, give anything for that guy. Die with him out there. Only to have that son of a bitch come back and get with a group of guys on the phone and try to figure out a way to step me down as national president so he can have the job. Like it, for so many people in bike clubs, this whole sell, this whole selling job, the wholesale sell of brotherhood is nothing but bullshit. They the this the thing they've seen from their so-called brothers drives some people so far away from the motorcycle club community. Like you can hear those guys, man. I don't ever want to have a damn thing to do with anything emceeing ever again in my life. It is full of BS. Um, it is they sold a bill of goods, and you have to ask yourself, what why are we like that? Why do we do our brothers like that? We have all these rules and stuff that we so-called follow. MC protocol. And there's two MC protocols. One is inter-club relationships, where you're dealing with your brothers on the inside, and those MC protocols are highly governed by your bylaws. Then you have the extra, or dealing outside of your motorcycle club, protocols that are external to your club to club on the set. And those rules are really generally common sense rules that are really different in every locality. All politics is local. MC protocol is politics. It's local. So uh, these rules are set up to govern us and guide us. These rules are supposed to show us how we do the damn thing. But we we have figured out really extraordinary ways to get around these rules. As with all rules, we try to go up to the line and break them, or we become kind of lawyers and stuff, and we lawyer our way around our rules so we can be mean and hurt one another. And it generally revolves around something to do with the I Love Me patch that we wear. Maximum Overdrive says, I may be borderline smartass, but I'm not a mean person. Life's too short for nonsense. So when I say mean, I mean vicious in our spirits and how we treat one another. We seem to be downright vicious in how we do some of these things. I've been tracking a story where a female motorcycle club, and this isn't, maybe the women are even worse than the men. Women have their sisterhood and their motorcycle clubs. I've been tracking a story about a female motorcycle club, and the devolution, is there a word? Devolution, evolution, would there be a devolution, devolvement? Maybe it's devolvement, but the devolution of this sisterhood and some of the things I've seen and some of the accusations I've seen, that it has devolved into dangerous levels. I've been in a meeting. I've been in a church. I've been doing this a long time. I've been in church where people have pulled guns out on people in church. Jermaine Brown says, I learned brotherhood through Masonic. I'm not saying that BS doesn't take place there too, but compared to the MC life comes with a lot of jealousy. And that's one of my club brothers right there. And I'm always so thankful to see my club brothers on. Whenever I see a Black Sabbath on, my heart just, you always want to be, hey, listen, the whole world could celebrate you. But if you're not celebrated at home, it's like a adopted child comes up to you and says, who are my real parents? And, you want to knock him back over the couch. Like, bro, I'm your real parent. I'm feeding your ass, making sure you go to school, working 2 jobs to take care of your little ungrateful ass. And it's not that they're ungrateful. It's that everybody wants to be loved by the people that are supposed to love them. The whole world can love you. If your family doesn't love you, then you don't feel like you've accomplished anything. I've got a wonderful house. These step parents are great. They're taking care of me. And the people that are supposed to love me don't. What's wrong with me that my mom doesn't want me? That's the kind of thing that happens. So I always feel great to see my brothers on. And it's kind of like this in the club. You want to be loved by the people that are supposed to love you. So when you get hurt by them, let down by them, disappointed by them, disgusted by them, you want to kill somebody. In motorcycle clubs, excuse me. Damn, I don't have my tea. What the hell? In motorcycle clubs, maybe it's that there's not the same kind of training. You think about Masons. And I'm not a Mason. I don't know the hand symbol. I have so many Masons in my club. I damn near think it's a Mason club. They're just all over the place. And it's interesting. Those guys are interesting. You're riding your motorcycle down the highway and they're passing truckers and they got, I don't know, some symbol on their truck. I've learned enough little words. I know a word or two, enough to get my ass whooped, right? And I guess they have their light turned on. I don't know what the hell that means. But they recognize each other. So they get to throw in their little symbols and shit as we ride by. And they get all happy and giddy when they see each other out on the highway. They see one of these little symbols or something that they know to look for, and they, by the light of the silver sun, of the moon, of the star, of the scribe of Jehoshaphat, we put our square squarely on the table. I mean, it's just crazy. And as you're riding past, the guy will throw a symbol at you. You must be one of them because y'all are all riding together. I'd be like, oh hell no, don't throw that at me. I don't. No. Try to get by him real fast. Don't. That's all them. That's all them. I just, they just let me hang around. But I noticed that in their stuff, they have a lot of training, a lot of ongoing training. Like, in order to be a 437th degree such and such, you must have walked through the sands of Iwo Jima and fought on the shores of Tripoli. But somebody says, I like it when you talk about Masonic stuff because I must sound like a complete idiot, right? But it's kind of funny to me. But they have a lot of training, it seems. A lot of like you've got a like a guy, I've been in 27 years and I'm still a first degree. That's it, bro. You should come to the motorcycle club. You'd be national president in a year. And I think that's probably part of the problem is that we don't, motorcycle clubs don't seem to have, depending on the club, because I know I'll get an email, bro, we got a whole book on training. But motorcycle clubs don't seem to have ongoing training like that. I can't tell you how many people get mad that I wrote a book. I can't even believe you can't learn that way. Blah 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 blah. So everything requires training. Everything requires everything that you want to do well. You need to work out. You need to work at it. Oh, look at all these guys just throwing their shit up. Oh my God. 47th degree past Master Mason, bro. Don't get it twisted. Too bad they don't have the symbol generator. All the symbols would be flying across the screen. I love you guys, man. I'm so glad to have you all on. So like if you think about going to church, like why do you go? And I'm talking about religious church. Whatever your religion, whatever your doctrine, you're there every Sunday or every Saturday or every third moon. Well, why do you go? I mean, religion is something that is inside you. It's already there. You have a relationship with God. What do you need to go to church for? Or mosque or temple or grassy knoll, whatever you do. And you go because you understand that if you don't practice this thing, you are going to fall off the wagon. If you don't practice being good, if you like, it is our id. If you're going to do the psychology thing, and you're following along with some of the great psychologists that we've always celebrated in Western education. You're thinking of the Sigmund Freuds and the people like that, the Carl Jungs and the people like that. And they talk about the id and the super ego and all of this business. And the basic thing is we are innately born to be selfish. Damn it. I want it, and I want it all, and I want it now. We're not born to be good. We're not born to be loving. We're not born to share. You'll see it in a bird nest. There'll be like 3 fat birds and 1 skinny little bird dying. And if mama don't look after that skinny bird, he'll die because his brothers and sisters don't give a damn. I want it. I want it all, and I want it now. And I don't want to work for it either. I want to do as little as possible to get it. So the altruistic beings in us, the giving, the sharing, the we of the WMC is something we have to work on. We have to practice it. Like you got to practice being a Christian. Like, the Bible makes it really easy. If all you got to do is just, for Christians, acknowledge the Lord, John 3:16, and you're going to heaven. That's all you got to do. That's it. However, doesn't seem to be really it, because you go to church and you spend all this time learning how to be a good, proper, righteous Christian and be godlike. You gotta work on that, bro. It ain't in you. So that I just transfer that same kind of thinking over to the motorcycle club. These are supposed to be your brothers or your sisters. It's supposed to be your extended family. You're supposed to care about one another. We ride together. We fight together. We die together. Yeah. Yeah. But no. No. Human frailty. We're not perfect. Humans by our nature are flawed. I think, Brian, humans by our nature are jealous, mean-spirited, greedy, selfish, self-important, self-involved, and are out for I. And so if you want to call that flawed, you're absolutely right. We don't do right. We don't treat Ned right. You remember in The Unforgiven, you better bury Ned right, or I'll come back. And we don't bury Ned right. We don't bury him right. Instead, we really are lame. And it gets to a point where it wells up in us and we don't know what to do. Philip said your schedule is kind of back on a time slot. Yeah, my time slot's 10 a.m., Philip. I'm 10 o'clock, and I'm doing it on time. So it seems. Jason Markey said another thing is there are no losers anymore. Everyone gets a trophy now. And we see that in the youngsters that are coming in the club. They never got to lose at anything. They never got to lose at T-ball. Isn't that what it's called? T-ball, tough football, something like that, where they put the ball on a. Like when I was a kid, I don't think we had that. We were always pitched to. I don't remember having one of those things, but we have it now, and everybody gets a trophy. Everybody wins. So by the time you get, what does that do? That really feeds that little ego thing we have. So by the time you get to a place where you got real men in a real situation, we can't get along, bro. We've never, no one's ever said no to us. We never lost anything. So I think what I'm trying to impress upon you here is we get so mad and we get so angry and we get so mean and we get so mean-spirited, and we really treat each other poorly. And then comes the revenge. Then comes the revenge. I'm so mad. I'm going to take this person out. I'm going to get this person. Somebody said, Donald Pope said, because people are adults, they have fully developed concepts. If sharing is never introduced to you until you're 30, you're the same as a kid learning it like everything else. And we do get a lot of 30-year-old kids that don't know the concept of sharing in our clubs. We get them at 50 now. Um, and so it goes. Anyone saying your books are bad and you can't learn that way is full of stuck. Uh, and are part of the problem. Knowledge is power and a gift that should be shared. There are some channels that have made it very, we don't believe in, if you want to, you can't learn anything on the internet. If you want to learn, go hang out at a motorcycle club. Well, if you don't know a motorcycle club, how the hell do you go hang out at one? Yeah, yesterday I bought a air conditioner unit, and I looked at the manual. The manual to learn how to work it was like that effing big, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to read all that. So what did I do? I went to the internet, typed in the brand on YouTube, and up popped 50 or more videos on that particular unit and how to use it and how to plug it in and how to maintain it and how to care for it. And I knew everything I needed to know about that unit in just a few short minutes. And then I got some idiot that says you can't learn anything on the internet because you can only learn biking by biking. Well, Ryan Urlacher has a show. Adam Sandoval has a show. Shade Tree Mechanic has a show. They're teaching you everything. Dan the fireman has a show. They're teaching that you won't get the wind in your face, but by the time you get your ass in the wind, you'll know how to face it. They're teaching you everything from motorcycle mechanics to how to buy motorcycles, what to look for, what kind of tires. It's a wealth of knowledge on this thing. A wealth of information. This can be a great aid to your life. Look at that. Best portable air conditioner systems available. Right here, man. 1,800 likes, 17,800 subscribers this guy has. And as I was looking at it, this guy is like a genius, man. This guy was talking like he's got his whole little setup, man. And he's talking about the coefficient of the heating, like more than you could ever want to damn know. This guy was telling you he was telling you the coefficient of how the air runs across the core. You're like, well, all that happens on an air conditioner? Holy moly. Telling you which one to buy, which one not to buy. And then somebody else is going to say, well, you can't learn. I always say you can't learn anything. Go hang out at the club. Get as much information as you can from as many sources as you can so that you can make the decisions that are necessary for your life. It's that simple. Someone told you on the internet how to pass a 1% motorcycle club and not get your head split open at the next gas station. And you ride and you say, oh, shit, let me try this out. You get up the street, you be like, I'm glad I knew that. I'm glad that hell. In this world, knowledge is power and knowledge is king. And these things make a lot of negative stuff happen. They can influence behavior and attitude, especially with disinformation and misinformation. But with good information, Man, this is really Star Trek alive. This is the tricorder. There's a thing on this thing. There's an app on this thing that actually allows me to test my heart rate. Boom. Put my finger right there, and a few seconds later, it's going to tell me how fast my heart's beating. There's another one that'll tell me the rhythm of my heart, if it's right. This does everything damn near except blood sugar and blood pressure. So you can't be fooled by these pompous idiots that would stop you from educating yourself because they're afraid of something that might come out of a book. It's funny to me. I wish I had book. A doctor. What does a doctor learn from a book? By the time a book is printed, in most cases, it's already outdated. But there's some things that are never outdated. So a doctor can't learn surgery from a book, but he can learn where the heart valve is. Before he opens you up. So these are things I say about things like that. It is so easy to believe the most negative things about a person you ever heard. But you know that person. You've ridden your motorcycle with them. You've seen their character. You get back to the clubhouse and somebody has something negative to say, and you're all ears. What's worse for me is people that dislike a person that they've never even met. Never shared a road with, never bunked with, never even had a phone conversation with, and you don't like that person. Why? Because Tom over here, my good friend, doesn't like him. And an enemy of my friend is my enemy. And we do that pretty well in motorcycle clubs. But we do it to each other. I don't like Black Dragon. Why? You never even met him. Because I heard that, and I don't like that. I heard he did such and such, and I don't like that. Wow. That's amazing. If you hate a person or seriously dislike them and you've never met them, what in the hell does that say about you? Now, that's different. That's different. You can say, I don't like Donald Trump and Barack Obama. Do you not like them? You don't know them. You might not like or agree with their policies, but we turn a disagreement of policy into actual hatred of a person. And we're good about that. We do it in our politics and we do it in our motorcycle clubs, and it's kind of sad. Black Dragon, we've come with a great way to be involved on the set and be very beneficial to all clubs and groups here locally, and looking to make it bigger and spin what has been working for about 4 years now without putting a patch on my back. Love to set and talk with you about it and get your thoughts. Okay. Well, hit me up at Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. And I'll give you, or you can call me on my phone number. There you go. 404-692-0336. You can call me, or you can hit me up at Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. And talk about whatever it is you got. Add this. Now show. Bam. There you go. How's that? All right. Back to the folks here. So, um, what is my answer? Because I've sat up here commiserating for a while. I've sat up here moaning and groaning with you for a while. So what's my answer? My answer is find a way to turn on your compassion. I normally write, those of you who bought my books, I want to thank you for all of your support. Those of you who bought my books, and those, you can go on my website and get my books autographed. Black Dragon at Black Sabbath. No, that's my blackdragonsgear.com. You can go to my website and get my books autographed. And when I autograph a book, I always write something in it. And I try never to write the exact same thing. So if you've got a book and somebody else has a book, you don't open it and be like, aha, that sucker just wrote the same thing. I always try to write in my book. I'll try to write something special for each person. And I close my eyes. I try to get a feeling for who you are just based on your name, or something you might write. Please send this one to Daredevil or whatever. And when I'm thinking about that, what to write, oftentimes I'll say, you must lead with integrity. You must lead with knowledge and competence, and you must lead with passion. But I try never to fail to say, you must also lead with compassion. There's a difference between passion and compassion. You can be passionate about something, but I also want you to turn on your compassionate gene. When you're compassionate, you're patient and you're considerate and you're accepting and you're tolerable and you're tolerating. You're tolerable because you try to be tolerable, and you're tolerating because you tolerate others. You're non-judgmental. You give others the benefit of the doubt, and you're forgiving. Sometimes it takes a lot of forgiveness to do the motorcycle club thing. I don't think there's a good training facility. Motorcycle clubs, we get together for church. We don't never really get together to train. This is something that I think we could do a lot more of. We don't get together to actively work on bettering the club if all we're doing is out here chasing girls and riding hard and drinking hard and everything's a party or war or pumping up of the chest. You have to work hard to treat every single person like an individual piece of solid gold, a precious metal. You have to stop saying I, my, me, mine, and you got to start saying we, ours, we, ours, together. This is what was taught to me by Paul Pet Perry, the founder of and father of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. He used to always say, stop saying I and start saying we. The motorcycle club is we, ours. And if you're treating your brothers like shit and stabbing them in the back and killing their reputations, you're talking negative about a person you never even met. You're hating a brother you've never even ridden with. Or you're causing other brothers to hate a brother that you fell out with. I fell out with Goose and Daredevil and Hollywood. These are my brothers that are listening to me now and a few others. I fell out with those guys. You didn't. So why am I going to teach you that those are bad guys? You wonder why we can't get along club to club? We can't get along inside the club. We can't get along with the people that we ride with every damn day. Or in a national club with the people that we talk to on the phone every day. In a national club, it's really kind of cool because you can be brothers with people you've never met, never ridden with. You see each other on Facebook and stuff, and you're waiting till the day you get to like, oh my gosh, and we're going to all be together. We're going to have a breakout somewhere. We call them blackouts. We're going to have a blackout somewhere. And you're going to get together and hang out for a weekend and vibe and then go back. It's hard to believe, but it can happen. Like you can be like enemies with a dude over in New Mexico that the only time you've ever talked is on GroupMe. And then when we fall out, man, when we fall out, it's a scorched earth policy. When your kids call me uncle, how are you going to scorch me like that? Is that Fingers John's really? On my channel? Holy moly. As a former HG, I learned to listen more. Become knowledgeable about the club, and be available for the ladies. My sergeant at arms was always there for me as well. One more thing was to know our place and stay out of business that didn't concern you. Whoa, hell. Are we going to talk about the stay out of business that doesn't concern you? Staying in your lane is so important. For those of you who don't know, Fingers Johnson is also a YouTuber. He's been doing it for a while now. Is it 5 years now? So you guys can also check out his information over there on his channel. So the treating of our brothers and sisters in the correct way requires practice. You got to work at it, man. When you got to work at it. You got to stand in your lane and mind your business. It's so hard, man. And she said it well. Staying in your lane and minding your own business. You gotta, man. Oh man. Because we want the tea, man. You guys say you don't even like tea. Well, you don't like bitter, unsweetened tea, but if the tea's got some sugar in it, I mean, you want the tea. You want to be a sipping. You do. But you got to resist that urge. You got to resist that urge to come back and treat each other like individual pieces of solid metallic objects, like gold or platinum or a satellite medal, or a comet or something. What are those things called? Asteroids. If you actually find an asteroid, that thing is worth a lot of money. It's precious, even though the Earth gets pelted by them every day. They seem to be hard to find. I know every time I'm out in Arizona, I'm looking, bro, trying to get me an asteroid. I want an asteroid so I can make some money too. So, how do we fix ourselves? One, we choose to believe the good things about one another. Two, if we have a problem with somebody, we pick up the phone. Or we meet them in church and we say, I got a problem with you. Let's discuss it. In my club, we have a rule: you can put on the gloves and go out back with someone. You got to have some brothers there to keep everything. Then you have to kiss on the cheek and come back in. We have a way to settle grudges. And that's the next thing you got to do. You got to be able to settle your grudge. This generational hate of motorcycle. The funny thing is, and I've seen it in club splits. So the Dirty MC Boys, South Unit 152, become the Dirty MC Boys, South Unit 152 and South Unit 153, and they go their separate ways. 20 years later, everybody that was in those original chapters is no longer in the club. Yet they still hate each other. And if they knew that the reason that the Dirty Boys, South Unit 152s and 153s split was because one guy whistled at the other guy's girlfriend's ass. And 25 years later, they're about to still break one another's heads open at every annual they come face to face at. If they knew that the reason that they were split was not even for something that really happened, like he didn't grab her ass, he just whistled at her. And and so these generational, and you see these generational things in clubs where the old guard hated each other, the mother chapter hated the Pittsburgh chapter. And now here we are 42 years later, and the mother chapter and the Pittsburgh chapter still don't get along. The people that even started that BS are so long gone. So we got to be able to forgive. You have to be able to settle your grudge. All right, look, okay, it's settled now. And when you settle it, you got to mean it. Then you got to be able to get on some better behavior towards respecting each other towards the future so that you can have a future. And until motorcycle clubs can get along inside themselves, we will never have a hope or a chance of being able to get together and get along club to club. The answer is within you. I was going to do the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind, but that didn't. The answer is within you. It's within you. It's in how you're going to operate on this level. And then we got to just stop being mean. In motorcycle clubs, meanness is celebrated. Even in our names. Oh, that's Mean Phil. That's Filthy Phil right there. There's a guy on the bike set, Filthy Phil, a brother I love. Our names. It's in our names. devil. We have these mean names. Good morning, Aunt Squirrely. Good to see you. Lissa, good morning. Braxton says I wouldn't care if I was at a temple church, barbecue, funeral, or whatever else. I will cuss someone out at either if I have to. My mom's side is like that. I'm not saying don't cuss a mofo out. Just be able to accept his apology and move on. Right. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about this morning. And I certainly appreciate that so many of you guys stayed to listen. It'll never happen, Dragon. Sorry to say, but it won't. If it was possible, it would have already happened. No, but we can still work on it. I work to be better every day. And that's what the practice of medicine is. I promise you, a doctor is way better at 50 than he was at 23. He's not killing as many people. He's practiced at it. Right? So somebody said sometimes it's petty BS that causes a riff inside a club. Or it's always petty, man. It's almost never not petty. So that's how I felt about that this morning. I thought I would share that with you guys. Hey, my TikTok I did last night. So this guy asked me this punk says to me, the video I did where I said, hey, we did a video called Passing One Percenters. That's one of the biggest videos I ever did. So I did that on TikTok. And you get all these people that are making all these sayings and what they're going to do. And if you pass me, blah, blah, blah. So I did a video saying, sure, I did the tortoise and the hare video. You guys remember that one?
Don't take too much time at the gas stations. We don't have to do 170 miles an hour to catch you. All we got to do is just keep riding, because we're doing 250 a gas tank and you're doing about 95 miles a gas tank. So when that overlaps and you spent too much time, like you spent 45 minutes or so at the rest stop at the gas station, that's when we catch that ass. And we didn't have to do 170 miles an hour to do it. That's the funny thing about you youngsters. You can't do simple math. And it'd be pleasant. That's when it's pleasant. It's like, hey, didn't you just buzz by me? Capiche?
So I thought that was cool. It was funny. So you always get this guy, he comes back and calls me an old ass. He says, what are you going to do when you catch us? You're going to break a hip or get out of breath walking from the pump. You ain't hard. Shut the fuck up and ride. This is what this kid said to me. Am I going to break a hip or get out of breath? And so I made this video and so as you can see, my hips work just fine. Hips are working just fine. So what do we get in response, somebody says, yeah, that's right. F around and find out, right? So somebody says, uh, uh, yeah, uh, you need 12 brothers to beat somebody up. Uh, and I was like, wow, what did you say? And uh, somebody said something. Oh yeah, somebody said when I was fighting that kid, someone said, well, they don't know you got 12 brothers that can on bikes that can handle any problem. Somebody goes, yeah, 12 brothers beating somebody up. That's not brotherhood. And I thought about it. Is 12 brothers beating somebody up? Is that brotherhood? So then I came out with this video in response. This is my big video. I came out with it about 1 in the morning. It's got like 7,000 views already. Like everybody's, it's kind of caused a kerfuffle. Here we go.
Brotherhood is, if you mess with one of us, you mess with us all. Of that, I can assure you. 99.9% of the time, if you don't start any shit, there won't be any shit. Of our allegiance to one another, we don't seek your approval, nor will we ever attempt to apologize. It is what it is. You mess with the bulls, you invite the horns.
So I really feel like that. If you mess with the bulls, you invite the horns. I've never asked my brothers to fight for me or anything like that, but somebody might say something crazy to me in a post or or a text message or on this social media or whatever, and my brothers might hit them 10 or 15 or something at, hey bro, are you talking crazy? The Black Dragon just boom 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 boom, and somebody's all mad like, what the hell, why did you do that? Well, listen, life and movement is about power and projection. In the Navy, we had this thing called sea power. And the idea is that the whole purpose of the Navy is to project sea power ashore, to project power, to let you know we're not out here to be effed with. If you don't start any, there won't be any. Why did Russia attack Ukraine and this place attack that place and that place attack this place? Because there's no respect. There's no projection of power. I can take out Ukraine and this place and that place at will. I got the power. Why aren't people dropping bombs over here? Because we project power. Colin Powell did it in the war policy he called shock and awe. We will tear your ass up, bro. You don't want none. Don't start none. Won't be none. No, I'm not for a bunch of people surrounding a guy and beating the guy to death and all this, that, and the other. But why do we why do we band together as extended families? I used to always say it when I used to actually recruit for Black Sabbath. I used to have this thing called "There's safety in numbers, baby. Join the herd." Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. Safety in numbers, so join the herd. That's why animals herd up. You ever see them Cape buffalo? Is that what they're called? Gang up on a tiger or rather a lion or a pride of lions. You got 4 buffalo the size of a damn, each one a car in and of itself. Gang up together and go whoop that lion's ass. Because you need a herd of bros when you're dealing with a lion. When you got a bad booger out there, some not as bad boogers, equal more than a bad booger. If you mess with a bee, you get the swarm, somebody said. The bees ain't like, oh man, we shouldn't swarm him. Let Johnny handle his own. Nah. You was probably out there messing, trying to get our honey, bro. We worked hard on this vomit right here. We've been vomiting for months. You can come eat our vomit? Just take it and sting you behind to death. We can't be unified and tight if we're fighting among each other. It takes the enthusiasm out of it. If I got to go and help you after you just screwed me over. Alert, alert. Black Dragon needs help. Let me not run as fast over there because, you know, he is the same jerk that did blah, 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 blah. Man, I'm not even going to get there that fast. I'll let everybody else get there. Hell, there's 11 others. Matter of fact, I'm not going to get there at all. I'm gonna move so slow by the time I get there, it'll all be over. That's what happens. We don't have the enthusiasm. We got to keep that enthusiasm up by learning how to treat each other like individual pieces of solid gold, man. And if we could do that, if we could be good to one another like that, then I think we would be better people. Don't you? All right. That's my hour. Let's see. Black Dragon watching from Kingsland. Great content, sir. I appreciate all you do for the community. 96 watching, 55 likes. Hit the like button. Actually, we got 109 watching, 55 likes. Come on, y'all. Like me. I'm not in a club, but I have real blood brothers. If someone mess with one of us, we move as one if we have to. So if one of us gets messed with, then you have to deal with all six of us. Divided we fall, says TJ Newsom. House divided against itself will not stand, says Abraham Lincoln. It says ML of Abraham Lincoln. And watching from Perry, Georgia. Hey, man, we had such a good time in Perry, Georgia this summer, man. You remember last summer? Man, we had fun down there in your town at the roundup down there, bro. God bless you. Greetings from Maine, by the way. Thanks for the consistent content. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Maine, we got people all over the world, man. Kingsland, Maine, everywhere. Men can stand together, but also stand on their own, one-on-one when necessary. Absolutely. One-on-one when necessary. One-on-one is fun. One-on-one is always fun. I like that. I just made a t-shirt. One-on-one is always fun. All right, my friends. I am going to let you out of here now. And I just want you to know I appreciate you all. We will see you tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. And look for my drops throughout the day. Make sure to go to my newspaper, my online newspaper, the bikerliberty.com, our online presence for our podcast. If you just want to podcast with us, is the Dragon's Lair, LAR, Motorcycle Chaos. There's the podcast going right there. It's so dull and boring looking, but it's got a, that's what the podcast looks like. So everywhere that we podcast is like everywhere you get your podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it, all those places, iTunes, that's where you can get the podcast. BlackDragonsGear.com. Black Dragons Gear is where you can go to get all my books, and some of my t-shirts and stuff like that are there. We also have a Discord channel. We appreciate seeing you guys on Discord. Come join up and join the family, and hang out with us there. We have, what else? What am I missing? BlackDragonsGear.com, blah, 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 blah. I think that's everything. If you want to donate to us, $Biker Prez, Prez, on Cash App. And of course, you can use Patreon, Black Dragon National President, to donate to us if you want. It helps keep the show going. And you can use the Super Cash App button, the Cash App button, and the Stars button on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on. Now, why is C. Ruger calling me? Because, see, you're not watching me right now. Why are you calling me? I mean, I'm still on the show. Is there something? Okay, give me a second. I don't know. Just I'll call you right back. I thought you were watching me. C's not watching me? What the hell? I thought maybe he was calling me to tell me something because he watches me every morning. Thought he was calling me to tell me I forgot something or whatever. But anyway, and you guys, I'm like that. If you guys know me, you guys been following me forever. I'm this easy to get a hold of. This is a lot of times my subscribers, I can't believe you answered the phone. I'm talking to Black. No. I'm just Black Dragon. It ain't. I'm like your brother. Like I'm like right here. I'm just Black Dragon. It ain't nothing like that. Oh, I can't believe you answered the phone. What, you called? If I don't like you, bro, you gonna get blocked so fast if you ain't acting right. It's that easy. So I do talk to y'all when y'all call me, and some of you guys have become incredible friends that I've never met before, but they just pick up the phone and call me just like that. Like, hey, bro, what you doing? So somebody said, C, what are you doing? So anyway, that's it, my friends. I think I covered everything. Did I leave anything out? Biker Liberty, Black Dragons Gear. Yeah, we did all that. If you want to get a hold of me, Black Dragon at BlackSabbathMC.com. It's very easy. You can also call me at 404-692-0336. I don't have an 800 number, but you can call me there. All right. That's it, man. We have advertising. If you want to advertise on the show and you want to spend a little money, we're doing advertising now. And some of you may have noticed. So, yeah, we're having fun with it. We're doing advertising. We'll advertise whatever you might have going on. For instance, your this, that, or the other, your shows or whatever. And also, now that the pandemic is, I don't know. I don't know if it's over. I don't know what to say, but it's been 2 years that we haven't done anything. We're really considering starting to host again. So if you want hosts, if you want a host for what you're doing, we're considering to start doing the hosting thing again. So give me a holler. I'll let you know how much it costs. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to get the book and the soap and the rings. Yeah. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from BlackDragonsGear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Okay, here. Let's check this out real quick. You know, I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me, some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around and he's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah, so I'm gonna do me some. You guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company, I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it, and it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods. They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's they say we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you and first responders, so if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send. You can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. If you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, they send you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money, that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us. And of course, you guys know I love these rings. My sister accused me of having demonic rings. How are you gonna accuse me? She told me she was terrified of my rings, and she said each ring was more demonic than the one that I would previously put on. Each one was more terrifying than the previous one. And I don't understand how she could say that about my rings. My rings are cool. You got to have some cool rings if you're these are my rings, man. So if you like rings, like I like rings, biker rings, you can go here to Gothic Rings, gthic.com. Just like with the soap company, if you use your discount code of Black Dragon, you get you a very cool discount, 20% in this case. I like the Medusa ring, man. They got some very cool rings here. They got Masonic rings, So use these folks. They're pewter and all kind of stuff, silver, actual silver in these rings, and they've got stainless steel rings. Man, their rings are the bomb. I like them. I wear them. So get you some. Get you some, man. Get you some.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.